Good morning, welcome to today's RC coffee chat. So let me just move this keyboard out of the way a second. Right, well yesterday was a busy day. I think we had 4 episodes go out in the end, and an extra one on Facebook. So for today's topics we have somebody's been a naughty boy. Jeebus, the size of the charger which has been turned up here. You'll see the blooming size of it in a moment. The micro SkyHunter parts arrived. Hint. Happy days. Gearbest and the FMS 540. That's also good news. And the Sky Shadow was found for cheaper as well. So we got 5 topics for today. The first one, somebody was a bit of a naughty boy yesterday. After PLA King Cyber Monday was an absolute flop, my logic in my head, I had set a decent amount of budget aside for these legendary deals on Hobby King, which didn't actually come to fruition. And I was thinking, well, that was a bit lame. So I thought, well, it's not like a gift horse in a mouth. You know, we'll see what else was out there. And I remember a couple of days back, I saw on the Team Legit page that they had 2 models on there. One of them is a mini Drac, and as many of you know, I've already been pre-ordered a mini Drac. But they had this one here, which is a Wombat. Now, I do need to go careful with the sound, so I'm just going to turn it down a mo. And yeah, this is a Wombat. And by the way, that's Johnny from Team Legit. And yeah, basically it looks like a grown-up version of the micro SkyHunter. Look at that go. It's just tracks in the sky, and then, hey look, we're just going to pause and then look at the mini Drac going up as well. And that one's had such a good caning. I think even 7 Demo 7, or should I call him 109 Demo 109, yeah, they're amazing. So I'd seen that, and I was like, in and ahhing, and then I thought, well, no, screw it. I was going to pick up 2, maybe 3 models off PLA King, and that just didn't happen. So I bought myself a Wombat instead. And then we had confession in the Facebook group. Now, I won't go into, I'll leave that on my screen for a few seconds, and if you want to read that, that's up to you. But I will warn you now, there is some very adult language in there, and if you'd like to read the full version, that's in the Facebook group for you. So yeah, PLA King lost out. They're lost, not mine. Now, next topic is, look at the bloomin' size of that. It's absolutely massive, and I've got a server power supply to go and power it as well. I've got to work out how to wire this one later. It's absolutely bonkers. I bought this one. This was the only thing, this and a couple of batteries was the only thing which I got off PLA King for the Cyber Monday Black Friday sale. But I desperately did need a decent charger, so that is happy days. It is absolutely monstrous. I haven't even turned it on yet. It came with lots of yellow warning labels on it. So and also, frankly, I've not read the manual, so I won't hook it up until I've actually read the manual itself. I think that's vitally important with a piece of kit like that. Next topic. Oh, the parts arrived. Now, shock horror, over on Banggood, the parts for the micro SkyHunter were all shown as being separate, and I thought that I was going to have to do a slightly extended build episode on the actual building of this and putting all the parts together. But the reality is it turned up complete. Even the wings had the control horns in them as well. And if I open this up, which the magnet's really good in there, look, all the wood is in there. That is just nuts. And yeah, I've done a little bit of work on it. I've gone through and I've started planning out what I'm doing with bits and bobs. I am, if I'm honest, I'm still struggling this morning on what I should do with the, well, that's really sat down now, well, with the placement for the receiver in the wing. After all the issues which I had with the Hornet FPV wing, with just receiver dropouts, I am really kind of wary. So I will be putting the video transmitter out on the wing a couple of inches, and then I'm looking at putting the receiver out on the wing as well, but then the wing cord's not very thick, if that makes sense, so I'm struggling a bit. But I am super impressed with that job on there for a Runcam Owl. I did want to keep the black bit, so instead of sticking one of those all-in-one cameras on the top, which would have frankly been a quick and easy route, I wanted to put a decent FPV camera on the front, a decent video transmitter, and really cane the nuts off it. Now that also reminds me, a big thank you to everybody in the Facebook group for helping out with some of the channels, just some of the questions which I've had. So for example, like with the motor choice, we are going to be going with the, which is not here. I was trying to fit on a Sunny Sky 1400 kV motor in the back, which it would fit. I may upgrade to that motor later. That was the fake one which turned up, which I've ran on the bench and it seems to work all right. So I may upgrade this model to use that one at some point, mainly because that motor will run 4S with a big prop, say like an 8x6, and this model will take an 8x6 prop. So yeah. Oh, and I can easily fit a 4S battery at the front as well. So that is going to be curious. I haven't done a build episode on this one yet. The main reason is because I am still umming and ahhing about the receiver placement. That's the piece which is holding me back at the moment. Oh, and obviously we received the wings, we received this and some other and the tail booms, but we didn't get the elevator fin at the back. So fingers crossed that turns up today. I literally ordered that one day later when it turned up on Banggood. So yeah, I'm a very, very much a happy camper with this one right now, considering we did get it for an awful lot cheaper than what was being offered as a full kit. Yeah, just need to sort that receiver placement out. That's the bit one holding that one back. Oh, what else have I got in my notes in here? I have elected, in fact, let me go and grab some photos and I will show you, because on the wings, I know I'm paranoid when it comes to these things, but let me get that photo up on the screen and we'll zoom in a touch, is that I have elected, and what I am going to be doing is running an extra piece of carbon fiber strip across the wings, a piece along the front, in the middle, and then an extra piece on the back. I've also kind of deemed in my head that the two screws to hold down the wings are not that great, so I've been and made a little piece of 1.5mm plywood, which I will also glue and mount underneath the wing as well, so I know there's an extra bit of meat there for the screws to dig into. You'll also see on my desk I've got an X8R. I did see someone's video with the little 90-degree, you know, the little 3D printed things to little ears to hold the antennas up on the top. I still may go for that. I am just really paranoid after having all those dropouts with the Hornet wing. Yeah, that is really bugging me, and that's still stuck. It's still very much fresh in my mind. Whereas like previously, I would just chucked all the receiver in there and just gone on and put the video transmitter on the front and just gone on and flown it. But this one, I really do kind of like the model, so I just don't want it to go in the ground because of my own stupidity, if that makes sense. So that's the reason why I'm being cautious on this one. Putting an X8R in here is probably a little bit of overkill, to be honest. And again, I've got a couple of spare, but it is kind of aligned for another model. So if I did put it in here, it would only be for a temporary basis. So I don't know. Instead, I've got a D4R2, which I've got sat there on the wing. But literally, there's very, very little meat in the wing for me to dig into to get that mounted. And of course, if I do put that in the wing, then that's going to make me a little bit concerned about the wing itself, taking out quite a chunk in the wing. So yeah, I am struggling with that one. By the way, any ideas, lads, very welcomed. Do let me know in the comment section underneath this episode. And I think I've got, there's a zoomed out version. That's the kind of layout which I was going to go with that video transmitter, obviously, on the opposite side of the wing in there too. So I will have a build episode on this, but I am struggling on the receiver placement. That piece is really bugging me at the moment, and I don't know what I'm going to end up doing. if I was super lazy, I'd just tape it to the top of the wing. You know, it would just work. The other negative of getting that receiver so far out on the wing is that we then need to run multiple cables back to the fuselage, and again, there just isn't the meat in the wing. It's not like the C1 Chaser, for example, which has got actually quite a thick wing, and you can dig back into that and have no fears with it. This one is slightly more concerning because it's about that thick. It's about the thickness of a D4R2 receiver. I'm struggling with that. If I'm frankly honest, I really am struggling with that. So any suggestions are 100% welcomed. And I'm warming up now, so I can take my hat off. It was like -3 here last night or something ridiculous. Everything is frosted here. Right, next topic. Gearbest have been in touch. Let's go to the channel and we'll take a look. And thank you to everybody's suggestions in the Facebook group. Again, I really do appreciate that. Basically, Gearbest have been in touch, and they were offering a couple of models for review, but I didn't know which one you would like to see. And this was like why I put that episode, and that's why I posted it in the Facebook group first, is because I wanted to ask you what you wanted to see. I would have been very, very happy with either model. In fact, if I'm absolutely honest, I would have personally maybe preferred the smaller one. And the reason why I would have preferred the smaller one is because it means I don't need to go and travel 20 minutes, 30 minutes to a flying site to go and fly it. It was 43 centimetres, you know. Absolutely diddy. But no, this one is the one which you guys and girls chose. Was the FMS 540. It's got a 1.3 metre wingspan. Just go and check my YouTube channel and you can see the episode on that one because there is a comment in there about starting to get into 3D flying. And I genuinely do mean that. That is something which I really would like to get into in the new year just to help progress my skills as a pilot, is to start trying to do some precision work. And obviously it takes quite a lot of precision to go and rag a flying wing straight through trees and stuff like that. But I'm thinking about just taking it one level further. What can I do? Can I start doing some actual patterns and some not necessarily formations, but actually try and work to a plan in the sky? Just get prop hang sorted. I'm utter rubbish at prop hanging. Model like this could potentially help me get there. So it is going to be very, very curious. Oh, and I also reckon, and again from your comments in the Facebook group, we could stick some FPV on it as well. That would be nuts. So we'll have a go at that one too. What else we got? The Sky Shadow was found for cheaper on eBay. Now, Pete had found this and left a comment Phil had found this in one of the comments. We'll call that $45 found on eBay, and it is exactly the same model because they've got exactly the same images. My only reservation with this is that the seller's feedback isn't particularly good, but they do have both versions available. So the powered plug and play version is $80, and the just the kit itself is $45. Yeah, those of you which are on a budget, that could be an option. I don't know, would I buy from that low feedback? That would be slightly concerning for me personally. But does that detract from the actual model itself? Probably not. As far as ETAs, looking at here, is that it's suggesting estimated delivery between the 9th and the 15th of December, which in reality is just over 1 to 2 weeks time. So yeah, those of you which were interested in a Sky Shadow, it could be found for cheaper over on eBay, and I'll put the links to both of those in the video description for you. So in summary, and I am going now, so today is going to be a short episode by Matt standards. I've been a naughty boy. Confession with the RC God. It is in the Facebook group. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the the quad core turned up as a battery charger. Need to get that sorted out today because I've still got a load of batteries which I haven't charged from the weekend. need to get that sorted. The micro SkyHunter turned up. Any suggestions on the receiver placement? Am I just being too paranoid by having the video transmitter here and then just not sticking the receiver in the box, in the main fuselage? Am I just being paranoid? Or would that just be fine? And do note that I do intend flying this one through trees and stuff. It's not going to be like massive long range. It's just going to be mucking around the field or in the next field, you know? That's kind of about it. But I am a little bit paranoid over receiver reception after the fun which I had with the Hornet FPV flying wing. So with that said, any suggestions which you've got with that, 100% would be appreciated. You can let me know in the comments section underneath this episode. I will be doing a build episode on this one. I will be making the point actually in the build episode for this one about preparation. Okay, preparation to a build is absolutely key. So I've already worked out, and again, this is why I'm struggling over the receiver, because I can't do the rest of the build until I have the receiver placement resolved, because it's so pinnacle to everything else, if that makes sense. So it's the last piece of the puzzle. Well, the actual physical piece is the elevator fin, but yeah, the last real piece of the puzzle here is where, what do I do with the receiver? That is a curious one. And frankly honest, I even considered putting it down on the elevator. Now that may sound nuts, and that would be a lot of cables running back up one of the side fin, one of the booms. But in reality, that would get like maximum, let's say it's over here, that would get maximum distance between the video transmitter and try and help out even some of the weight with the little video transmitter and the connector on the side. So I don't know, I'm open to suggestions. If you think on the wings better, let me know. If you think just Matt, screw it, stick in the fuselage, let me know. And if you think Matt, actually sticking it out on the boom and sticking it on the rudder fin, that would work, do that. I don't know, let me know, please. I am struggling. I thought I'd sleep on it. I got so far with it and I slept on it, and I'm still here struggling this morning. So like I said, any suggestions, very, very welcomed. Next, the second but last topic was the FMS 540. Really looking forward to getting this one now. It will turn up here sometime before Christmas. It looks like pretty much a glow and go model. I'm not expecting that much work to be done on it. It is a plug and fly kit. Does make things a lot bloody faster, to be frankly honest. I don't normally buy plug and fly kits, but it comes with the motors. I think it comes with the other bits and bobs. I don't know what it's going to be like. Just looking at it, it looks amazing. So big thank you to Gearbest. Very much big thank you. We will get to see how she flies together and see if a premium kit, and I'm here saying premium, but it's 120 quid, and you all know my budget is 50 quid for a model, but it will go out, as you saw with the Wombat, to different levels for very special models. And is this one, could it be classed as a very special model? I don't know. We will find out together whether it's a special model or not very shortly. And the last one was the Sky Shadow was found for cheaper. So I will put links to those eBay listings in the video description for you. Make your own decision on those ones. It is cheaper than Banggood, which we all like saving money, and that would be classed as happy days. So with that said, I'm going now. It's absolutely freezing here in the office, although my hands are still cold and I've had my hat on. In fact, screw it, I'm sticking my hat back on. Happy days. So with that said, if you are out flying today, have a fantastic day's flying. And please pop a battery in for me and cane it. That would be very, very much appreciated. And if you're not flying today, any suggestions on the receiver placement on this one? It really is bugging me now. Yeah, I'm struggling. And this is one of the nice things about YouTube, is that it works both ways, doesn't it? Sometimes I'm helping you, and sometimes I'm stuck and I'm asking for help. So yeah, that one really is bugging me at the moment. And I can't wait to get this one in the sky. I've had the wings on it and it looks a little ripper. So it's going to be fun, that's for sure. So with that said, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for joining me today for today's RC Coffee Chat with 4. That's the wife's mug. I put coffee in it just to wind her up, you know. So on that note, from myself, Matt, cheerios!